Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Illumina. This was a stock analysis request from one of the followers, and I wanted to let you know that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. Now in the case of this chart, we actually have quite a lot of potential for something very bullish to work out, because I have a possible double 1-2-1-2 setup in this area. Now there are different ways I could track this movement to the upside, but I think this works out best because I can count a full impulse within both structures. And yeah, in that case we can mark a wave 1 here, a very shallow wave 2 here. And yeah, unfortunately, even if we were present looking at a wave 1 top here, we wouldn't have probably found the entry in our support zone in this case for such a wave 2. It was an extremely shallow one after all. So yeah, that could suggest that different count could be more fitting better, but right now I would like to attempt to track such an impulse to the upside where, yeah, in this idea I am looking at the support zone for the secondary wave 2, where I expect to find such support in the area between the $167 level all the way down to the $48 level. And as long as we stay above the 78.6% retracement, I am still looking to find continuation, a reversal into the third wave to the upside with a pretty good likelihood. Now, with this said, in this large time frame, I do have to warn you, it is possible for this to be an ABC structure that has developed to the upside, and that we could see a much more significant correction. That is a risk, it is a threat. As always, we are looking for the initial 1-2 setup, and if we actually form another 1-2 setup that is in terms of proportions especially very similar to the initial 1-2 setup, there is a high threat that, yeah, it really is just an ABC pattern. And if we look, we see that, yeah, in this potential wave C we did reach the 61.8% extension. Now that is mostly due to how shallow this correction in the wave 2 has been, so it's not necessarily a problem in terms of that case, because yeah, for a wave C I would normally be looking for the 100% extension, and this is not even close for the case. Yeah, that is the ideal target, the 100% extension. It doesn't always get there and it doesn't always stop there, but it is the ideal target. Now internally within this secondary 1-2, looking at this correction, I could say that, yeah, it is complete. It does have the sufficient waves. It could be considered complete in different counts. Could be like a WXY pattern, even an ABC pattern could work out in this area. Not necessarily perfectly, but yeah, doesn't really matter exactly. I do still see a possible completion, and if we look at the extensions, yeah, we actually see that we got to the 100% extension, so we very possibly already have the bottom here in the wave 2. Now even looking from the larger time frame perspective, we are still quite deep into the support zone, so an entry in this area is not the worst. The risk reward ratios are generally pretty good, around the 61.8% retracement. And if I say that we have here an initial possible 5-wave move to the upside, that is even more promising. Now it wouldn't be necessarily in the prettiest structure, it could still even extend, but personally I think we can look for an initial 1-2 setup in this area. Now this isn't the most reliable one, but if we manage to build this as a 1, 2, 3, 4th and a 5th, and we then have here a wave 1 up, and we look for a correction in a wave 2, that would be the most interesting one to enter in my opinion, because yeah, it does provide a certain level of confidence that we are likely to see follow up in another push higher. Even if it turns out to be an ABC pattern, it is still an interesting opportunity. And honestly, the same thing applies in this case. Even if this doesn't work out as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there is still a good likelihood that this could be at least an ABC pattern where we could see another high, yeah, within this movement, within this structure that has formed so far to the upside. But even for now, we can look for a support zone area for this wave 2 that could either be for a wave 2 or a wave B, where, yeah, I would be looking to find support in the area between the $92 all the way down to the $76 level. And as long as we stay above the 78.6% retracement, I am still looking with high likelihood for continuation to the upside in ideally a wave 3, but if not, at least in a C wave. And in terms of structural support, what else do we have here? Well, not much. We do have the 50% retracement, the previous low that has formed here, so I do find it likely to find some relevant support, at least a relief rally in this area if we get there, because we have already reached the support zone, and honestly, the third wave to the upside, this internal third wave, or let's just say the follow-up, could have already started. Now, that isn't my preferred interpretation, because if I look here in the short time frame, it has retraced quite deep already, and yeah, possibly we see still an extension within this wave 2, where yeah, I find the 50% retracement here an interesting area, and also the 61.8% retracement here. We do have some structural support, but yeah, I think this 50% retracement will be pretty helped a lot by this previous low that has formed this actual bottom before this quite significant push to the upside. And for now, there really isn't much else to add. You have the levels, so yeah, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.